Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Om Agnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Canto 4, Chapter 20, verse 30. Manye giram te jagatam vimohinim varam vrinishva iti bhajantam atha yat vachanutantya yadi te jana asitah katham punah karma karoti mohitah. My dear Lord, what you have said to your unallied devotee is certainly very much bewildering. The allurements you offer in the Vedas are certainly not suitable for pure devotees. People in general, bound by the sweet words of the Vedas, engage themselves again and again in fruitive activities, enamored by the results of their actions. Mohitaha. Karma karoti mohitaha puna. Khatam. How? The souls are constantly thinking of your lotus feet. Okay. I'm just trying to understand the flow of my. Okay. Okay, so pure devotion and service. So they worship you, therefore. Who are always liberated. Take to your devotional service. Because only by devotional service can one be relieved from illusions of material existence. There's no other need. There's no other reason why this take up. Okay. Jagatam vimohitam. Ne giram te. Your words, vimohitam, bewildering. Okay, let's see what Prabhupada is saying in the purport. Srila Narottam Das Thakur, a great Acharya of the Gaudiya Sampradaya, has said that persons who are very much attached to the fruitive activities of the Vedas, namely Karma Kanda, Gnana Kanda, are certainly doomed. In Vedas, there are three categories of activities: Karma Kanda, fruitive activities; Gnana Kanda, philosophical research; Upasana Kanda, worship of different demigods for receiving material benefits. Okay. Those who are engaged in Karma Kanda and Gnana Kanda are doomed, in the sense that everyone is doomed who is entrapped by this material body, whether it is a body of a demigod, a king, a lower animal, or whatever. Okay. The sufferings of the threefold miseries of material nature are the same for all. Cultivation of knowledge to understand one's spiritual position is also, to a certain extent, a waste of time. To a certain extent, okay. Because the living entity is an eternal part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. His immediate business is to engage himself in devotional service. Prthu Maharaj therefore says that the allurement of material benedictions is another trap to entangle one in this material world. He therefore frankly tells the Lord that the Lord's offerings of benedictions in the form of material activities are certainly causes for bewilderment. Pure devotee is not at all interested in bhukti or mukti. Hmm. Lord sometimes offers benedictions to the neophyte devotees who have not yet understood that material facilities will not make them happy. Actually, this one even Narada Muni in the first canto of Bhagavatam, he tells Vyasadeva, when Vyasadeva is uh, not, he's not satisfied. He's not satisfied with himself, even though he's done, all that work of and dividing the Vedas, giving Puranas, Mahabharata, etc. He was still not satisfied. And then actually, Narada Muni chastises him, saying that, are you given this path of Dharma, Artha, Kama? And people will uh, not mm, accept any restrictions or conditions. I mean, they will simply say that, okay, these things have been given in the Vedas, so they will get attached to it. So that is not good. So he actually chastises him. You've given too much importance to these things. You've not actually spoken about the glorious activities of the Lord. So similarly, these things are there, but these things are there for uh, not for people who come to Krishna or who have a higher understanding of purpose of life. This is for those who are still attached to this material world. Now, even if such people come to Krishna, Krishna sometimes offers benedictions to such neophyte devotees who not yet understood that material facilities will not make them happy. Of course, so neophyte devotees are even those who have not come to Krishna at all, who just stuck with demigod worship. They also don't understand that material facilities will not make them happy. Now, for such people, the Lord wants to give them a legitimate path, a proper path. He doesn't want them to take up the Vikarma path. And hence, he's given all these in the Vedas. But one should not get bewildered because it's not for them. Mm, mm. So somebody who is doing, like some very complicated mathematics, um, should not think that, no, 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 this is too much. I will only stick to 1 plus 1 equals 2. I won't go beyond that. No, you've already come to a much higher stage. Why you want to go down to a lower stage? It's not required. It's already part of what you have learned. Somebody is doing higher, high school maths. He already knows 1 plus 1 equals 2. So no point in rejecting the high school maths and going down to the KG1 maths or whatever first standard maths. Right. So similarly, one who has come to Krishna actually he's already come to high school, right, or much higher than that, right? And so he should not go down. So devotee should not get bewildered by these things. Um, should remember that these material facilities they're not going to make us happy. Mm. Mm. Only questions, inquiries regarding Krishna can make us happy. And this is the first question asked by the sages. What is the essence of all scriptures? And Sukata Goswami actually says that it's actually only the discussions about Krishna. Mm. Or, but of course, he says in this thing that devotional service is the essence. And in that conversation, he says it's only discussions about Krishna, questions about Krishna that can make us happy. Nothing else can make us happy. Mm. Mm. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Lord therefore says that a sincere devotee who is not very intelligent may ask some material benefit from the Lord, but the Lord, being omniscient, does not generally give material rewards. But on the contrary, he takes away whatever material facilities are being enjoyed by his devotee, so that ultimately the devotee will completely surrender unto him. Now, this totally depends on what the Lord wants to do. So, Lord could even give or take away. It totally depends on him. He will decide what is appropriate. In other words, the offering of benedictions in the form of material profit is never auspicious for the devotee, but still we hanker for material profit. We are still going after material profit. Prabhupada is saying it's never auspicious, so why should we go after material profit? Um, we already discussed in the mm, first canto itself. Labho jiveta yavata. Labho jiveta yavata. Whatever labha we are getting from our karma, dharma, the karma which has to be based on dharma. Labho jiveta yavata. It should be only for self-preservation. Jivasya tattva jignasa. And jiva has to get involved in tattva jignasa. Understanding about Supreme Lord, his relationship with us, etc. Not material profit. Dharmasya apavargasya nartho arthartho kalpate. And this dharma is not for artha, and artha is not for kama. This is what Bhagavatam is saying. But Veda say dharma is meant for artha, artha is meant for kama. That is why this is nirmatsaranam satam. Dharma projita kaitava. Bhagavatam just rejects this dharma projita. Material religion, so called. The statements of the Vedas, which offer elevation to heavenly planets in exchange for great sacrifices, are simply bewildering. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord says, Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadantavi paschitaha yadavada ratha partha nanyatastiti vadinaha. Less intelligent classes of men, avipashtitaha. Pushpitam vacham. Fruity, all this beauty, flowery language of the Vedas. Less intelligent class of men. They get attracted. And they engage in fruitive activities to become materially benefited. Thus, they continue life after life in different bodily forms to search very, very hard. They're searching very, very hard for this material happiness. For the happiness which they're trying to achieve from material facilities. But it's never going to make them happy. Never going to make them happy. Because anything material has a beginning and an end. That is one. Second thing is our nature is spiritual. So we actually become happy with spiritual things. Atma doesn't become happy with material things. Mind becomes happy with material things. Senses become happy with material things. But it's useless. They're all anyway dead. Atma has to derive happiness. We have to experience that higher taste. No, actually, so we should actually think about this, something for contemplation for everybody now, maybe for 5 minutes. Have we experienced higher taste in Krishna consciousness? If so, what is giving us, not gave us? Because I've also seen this, of course, a lot of devotees here new to Krishna consciousness, they will have so many things to say that, oh, this makes me happy, that aspect of devotional service makes me happy. And then as we continue to remain in devotional service for longer times, we unfortunately start losing the taste. That is simply because of aparadas, offenses that we create, that we do. But if we have not experienced higher taste, otherwise we keep getting stuck in material things, all small, insignificant material problems. We think that is all. Life is all about these things. So let's hear from devotees. What aspect of Krishna consciousness have you experienced bliss? In what has given you bliss in Krishna consciousness? 2-3 minutes. What is giving you bliss in Krishna consciousness? You can say prasadam, no problem. Yeah. Yeah. Present tense. And I want present tense, meaning it is still giving bliss.
Yeah. Hearing and reading. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Shashank Prabhu. Prasadam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, Prabhu. First point was that. Yeah.
Second
First
point.
point is, yeah. Second point, reading Krishna book, Prabhu.
Reading
That
Krishna.
motivates. Yeah. That the stories of Krishna always maintains me in the Krishna consciousness platform.
Okay.
Always.
Very good. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Others.
Serving Krishna devotees, Prabhu.
Serving Krishna's devotees. Okay. Nice.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prasadam, of course, and association of devotees, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay.
It makes me
Association of
forget the
devotees.
whole world and concentrate only on Krishna.
Okay. Very nice. Okay.
Seva Prabhu.
Seva. What is seva? What seva? Everything is
Whatever
seva. Starting from chanting to everything is a seva. Specifically, we are talking about something that gives bliss.
Sunday program, cleaning.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Others?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah. Yeah, Maharaj.
The thoughts that this path is, the only path which will lead you to to the Lord and will pull you away from birth and death. Every time when you're suffering, though it is difficult, but see, since the path is sincere and truthful, the right path, it keeps me going. And seeing Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj gives me a lot of. When I see him, when I'm talking about him, or when I see him, or when I hear about him, that is the only thing which I suppose keeps me
Very
pulling.
nice. Okay.
Keeps
Very
me
nice.
pulling. Like otherwise, I'm most of the time 90% lost. The
Okay. It's
reason
very
of
easy. Then
surviving is Guru
you
Maharaj.
just put Maharaj photo everywhere in your house.
Yes,
That's all.
I
Very
have
easy
it,
solution.
Prabhu, everywhere. My house has got all detailed pictures and Guru Maharaj.
No, because you're saying
Yes,
your Guru
that
Maharaj
is the truth.
that
That
tool,
is the
right?
truth, Prabhu.
So yeah, because see, we have to.
I know I'm not a fan of Prashadam. I'm not a fan of this thing. But the only thing which gives me that, current is Guru Maharaj.
Okay, great.
It's him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Others? Anything?
Attending your Bhagavatam class, Prabhu, it is very inspiring to listen to your class.
Yeah.
Okay.
Krishna Katha.
Hare Krishna, that is a big, that your classes are, I feel 24/7 I tell him, I really get washed in your class, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, we'll move to other topics. Okay. What else?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Understanding more about Krishna and Kirtan Prabhu.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Reading Bhagavatam Prabhu.
Reading Bhagavatam.
By reading, now I am improving in spiritual life.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. 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 Very nice. Okay. So we should be experiencing this bliss. Yeah. Yeah, Guru Bhakta.
Attending Guru's Vani.
Okay, hearing Guru's Vani. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we should have something, 1, 2, 3, 5 things that in bhakti which actually inspires us, which gives us that higher taste. Because otherwise, there is hardly any other. There's no other way, because we've been attached to this, trying to derive happiness from these material things from time immemorial. And even today, you know, just left to ourselves, as in we are so fortunate that the Prabhupada has given us a process which very tightly connects with Krishna. If we are following the process nicely, then even our so-called material desires also sometimes become doubted. Like, for example, if somebody wants to spend a lot of money, then they can spend money for Krishna. Mm. So like that, or somebody wants to buy clothes, we can buy clothes that we can wear for Krishna's pleasure. So like this, we are very fortunate, because literally anything and everything can be doubted in Krishna service, right? But otherwise, we should remember saying that we've been attached to these material things, for time immemorial. So if there was any happiness in these material things, we won't. I mean, we should have reached the pinnacle of material happiness. And here we are like scratching the surface, and nothing. All that we are finding is distress in this material world. So we should realize it's a very simple truth. It's a very simple truth that we don't wake up to at all. Is that there's nothing really worth going behind in this material world. Everything is just like a mirage. Prabhupada gives this example of a mirage. Animal is in the desert. It's looking at something, thinking that there's water, and jumps into that. Right, and there's nothing. There's just land. Right, it just breaks. Gets hurt. That's all. Nothing else it achieved. right? And it's running, running, running. Mirage is going further, further, further. So we keep thinking that, okay, this is going to give me happiness. That is going to give me happiness. But nothing material can give us happiness, because by nature, we can't be happy with anything which is temporary, because we are permanent. So somehow we have to just drive this into our, dumb, dull brain, right? Dull brain, because it just doesn't go. Hundreds of times we have to keep, reminding ourselves, saying that, no, this is not going to give us happiness. Material things are temporary, illusory, and still we run behind it. So that higher taste is the only thing which can pull us out. It's so powerful, that words. Some higher taste, something has to be there which is pulling us even after years and years of Krishna consciousness. Mm. And the only thing which actually, we lose taste for these things over a period of time, because we end up offending. We end up offending devotees. We don't try to correct ourselves, and that is the only danger in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, this process is so powerful. Just today, I mean, in chanting, I was just thinking, saying that, we talk about Krishna is Sachidananda. Krishna is Ananda. Krishna's name is not different from Krishna. We're all chanting every day. And I was feeling so miserable that still I can't think of experiencing bliss in Krishna's presence, because taking the name of Krishna is there. So I was just contemplating today, why is it that we are not able to actually leverage Krishna's presence? As in, why are we not experiencing this? Leverage seems to be a wrong word. Like, why are we not experiencing the bliss that is absolutely there in Krishna's presence? Because mind just gets dragged into some useless, worthless material thought, right? So yeah, so we have to be very, very, I mean, it is the, like, yeah, Mataji is saying, we are fortunate that we've come onto this path, and it's the perfect path. But we have to give it a little push, to give ourselves a little push. Yeah, Prabhu, you wanted to say something?
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. So, Prabhu, one realization and one revelation I want to share. So, I have developed higher and higher taste for reading and listening, but my taste for chanting is not increasing, Prabhu.
No, it has to increase eventually, because Shravanam, if reading increases, then chanting has to increase. It might take some time, but it will happen.
Yeah, so I get attracted to Kirtan and I love to do Kirtan. But when it comes to Japa, then that kind of taste is not there.
No, then that is musical, and this is Nama. So we have to understand that Kirtana, attraction to Kirtana is because of music, tune, etc. Right? But we are not actually getting attracted by Nama. If you get attracted by Nama, then we should get attracted by Japa. Anyway, that is just a little more, maybe more involvement is required. So knowledge, right? That this is the point I was making, saying that we have to realize that Krishna, the word, the name Krishna is not different from Krishna. If you can remember this during chanting, so Prabhupada says somewhere, saying that it is the Krishna is present in sound form. Unfortunately, we are just used to seeing material forms through the eyes, which actually attracts us. But actually, it's a bit weird. See, we do a lot of things in this material world by just shravanam, right? We hear saying that, okay, this place is so beautiful, okay, and so many people who've gone there and come and told. Then just by hearing, we will start thinking, okay, maybe I also have to go. But one thing that happens, that I was just thinking about this, is saying that we also see something which adds on, bolsters, that desire. For example, somebody says, okay, this place is very good. So immediately we go to the internet and we look up and we see some pictures. We see some images of that place or that person or whatever it is, right? And then suddenly, at least this is how my system works. This my body works, right? So I hear something, then if I see, then it actually just locks me in, right? It's like that. Then I was wondering, saying that maybe, it's just speculation, this is what I'm doing. Why don't we have so much attraction to Krishna? Because we are hearing, but we are not seeing. But we don't. But when it comes to Krishna, seeing and hearing are the same. So we are not able to come to that platform, saying that seeing Krishna is same as hearing Krishna. We are not, because we are not able to understand that still. It's a statement that we all make, but we can't understand what it means. Right? What is seeing Krishna and hearing Krishna are non-different. We are not able to understand that, so we still haven't developed the taste. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you go and stand in front of Radha Madhav in Mayapur, right, there's no way your mind is going to go here and there, right?
Yeah.
At least for whatever, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, right? To the limited amount of piety that we have, before our Rajoguna pulls us away, right? We can maybe for at least 5-10 minutes, we can just stand in front of the Lord without getting distracted, disturbed by anything. But we are not able to do that even for a second when it comes to Nama, right? So which means that when we look at Krishna, we are attracted. But when we hear Krishna, which is actually the same attraction that should be there as when we see Krishna, we are not able to experience that. Right? That is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Namna Makari Bodha Nija Sarva Shakti Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kalha Yetadrishi Tavakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaivam Idrisham Ihajani Nan Anuragaha. No Anuraga, no taste. Durdaivam. Unfortunate, I am unfortunate. So we should all feel miserable, when we are not able to actually chant Hare Krishna with bliss. We should feel miserable, right? And pray that it's only by His mercy, by causeless mercy, right, of the Supreme Lord, we can actually, and that understanding that His Nama is non-different will happen only at a very later stage, bhava. Right? So somehow the process has to continue. Somehow we have to hold on to this chanting process and realizing that, at least in knowledge, gnana, that okay, this is not different from Krishna. Okay, Krishna is here. Krishna is here. Can I be with Krishna? Can I just be with Krishna? How will I be with Krishna? By another nice thing, Bhagavatam. How do we serve Srimad Bhagavatam? So Krishna is in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So Krishna, Bhagavatam is literally incarnation of Krishna. Now, how do we serve Krishna in the form of Bhagavatam?
By reading and distributing.
By reading and distributing, right? And very attentively. That is how we do,
Yeah.
how we serve every day. And that is Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. How do we serve Krishna in the form of a name?
Yeah, chanting and
By
glory.
speaking and hearing. By taking his name through the mouth, we are doing one service. And by hearing, we are doing the other service. Right? So now we are so worthless that we have taken up this service for Krishna every day, which is taking his name and hearing his name. And we are only doing 50%. That too, sometimes not even 50%, right? Which is at least the taking the name part, at least we should be doing properly, which is good pronunciation, right? And if we can do with good pronunciation, please remember we are doing service through the mouth. So which means what? The mouth will get purified and it will stop talking nonsense, right? And this pleases the Lord. So our purification, but it pleases the Lord because we are sincerely trying to use the mouth to glorify Him, to take His name. So this is one seva which we are doing every day. But the other seva which is most important is to hear. Why? Because if we hear Krishna's name, then first thing is our ears will get purified and we will. It's all about spiritualization, right? The process is about spiritualization. So mouth gets spiritualized, then ears get spiritualized. When ears get spiritualized, we we distaste towards material sound, right? Nonsense, hearing and speaking both, right? And then more importantly, when the ears become purified and we hear that nama will enter the heart, which is what we are trying to do. Finally, through all these senses, the impact has to be on the heart, meaning on the mind. It has to become absorbed. Now, unless this kavanam, the ears become purified, the nama will not go to the heart. Because first of all, we have to hear to take it to heart, right? If somebody is saying something, unless we are hearing them, we won't take their words to heart, right? So we have to hear. So we have to understand that it will enter my heart only if I hear. Mm. So remember one more thing, that that is Krishna. The Nama is Krishna. Right? If the Nama is Krishna, if suppose I am compare, so the way we have to analyze our chanting is comparing it with other services that we do nicely. For example, Prabhu said reading Bhagavatam, right? So when you're reading Bhagavatam, how attentively, how nicely, you will be doing. So the same way, we have to nicely do the hearing service. Mm. And there will be certain elements in that service. For example, say somebody is doing deity worship, right? Or somebody is doing dressing the deities. Now, when that person is dressing the deities, um, the person is attracted by the Lord's form and how the colors of the dress that he's offering, how the Lord will. So there is some kind of connection with the service and the person. There should be, right? This is the personal service of the Lord. The Lord is there, is wearing, accepting some beautiful uh, dress, and we kind of put that together and visualize the beauty of the Lord, or how nice it is, or how happy he might be with accepting it, etc., etc. So there's some emotions involved, some underlying emotion, right? Now in hearing there doesn't, or in chanting we don't seem to have any emotion, isn't it? Is there any emotion in chanting?
No.
If there is no emotion in chanting, then we will never get attracted to the Nama.
There is lot of emotions.
No, in your chanting, I'm talking about holding japa bag,
Okay. No.
beads, japa
Okay.
bag, sitting in one place and chanting.
I was in view of Kirtan Prabhu.
No kirtan. Chanting is chanting. Japa is japa. Kirtan is kirtan. Okay.
Hmm.
So of course, the kirtan, because we get attracted to kirtan eventually, the idea is that we have to get attracted to japa. But if we are not getting attracted to japa, that means that we are not thinking of Krishna's name as not different from him. And so we don't have any affection. We don't have any affection towards that name. We don't have any feeling towards that name, which means that we don't have any feeling towards Krishna, because that name is not different from Krishna. So we have to always contemplate this, saying that Nama, when I say Krishna, is not different. It is Krishna. It is Krishna. Why can't I take that name with little bit love and affection? Why? Why we can't take? Because we have so much love and affection for useless, worthless material things, which keep coming, interrupting
Yeah.
our service to Krishna. Just imagine how much we are fallen, how much we are attracted to material things. Even for a moment, we can't just, nicely just with love take Krishna's name. What else is there in this world to do? Our acharyas are saying, Rupa Goswami is saying, give me thousands of mouths, thousands of years. Because it's not enough. Because there's so much of bliss. There's so much of bliss in the Nama. He's saying, this is not enough. One mouth and 1 year 2 years are not enough for me. So we have to understand that that is why chanting is not a mechanical daily routine. It's not like, maybe we will show more interest in brushing our teeth every day than chanting Hare Krishna, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe we might be looking at how white or whatever it is, right? Or beauty of our toothpaste or toothbrush or whatever. I'm sure we'll be giving more attention to our brushing than chanting. But that's the key. That's where that is our process, right? Ultimately, everything else that we are doing, whatever service we are doing in Krishna consciousness, the ruchi for the Nama has to increase. Otherwise, we have to be very, very worried, saying that why is it not happening? Because see, once this ruchi, because see, this is the most intimate service we are doing actually for Krishna. Krishna is very, very pleased when somebody takes his name, and we know and that it is through this chanting only everything else happens. Rupa, Guna, Leela, everything gets spuratyada, gets revealed just by chanting. So we have to, when we get up every day in the morning and before we sit for chanting, we should understand, we should just remind ourselves how important a service this is. And then engage in that. Anyway, this is what I try every day. And it's the same thing. The attempt has to keep going on. Struggle is there. But we should not give up. We should just try, keep trying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyway, we got distracted into some other topic. Yeah. Basic idea is here. We should not ask for material benefit from the Lord. None of this is actually worth anything. Self-preservation, yes, it's okay. It is not considered Mishra, it's not considered mixed devotion if you ask for self-preservation. But of course, when we make a little more progress, we might not even ask for that. And Krishna is just saying, Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam or ananyas chintayanto mayajana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. Krishna is saying, I take care of your material things. Why are you so? See, it's again the same thing I keep saying every time, right? If we are so worried about our material things that we think that we are Ishvara, we are Krishna, I have to control everything, I have to fix everything, I have to solve everything. Then Krishna will say, okay, all the best. You're trying to become mini me, mini Krishna, okay, enjoy. Krishna will not, why will Krishna get involved in our life? Krishna will get involved only when we become like, Pandavas. Ashwatthama leaves that Brahmastra, 5 Brahmastras, 6 Brahmastras he leaves. One each for each of the Pandavas and one for Parikshit, right, in the womb of Uttara. And then Pandavas are actually just trying to, they are just become, they're seeing the Brahmastra, immediately their hands are going to their weapons and they're trying to take out whatever weapons, suitable weapons they think is appropriate to defend themselves. And Krishna is saying, oh, no time. Sorry, Pandavas, no time. Immediately he sends his Sudarshana. So it's like that. Sometimes we might be engaged in doing our duty, but we should not be too worked up about it, right? We should just try to do. Right? And Sudama, he didn't even bother to ask for money or wealth. He just thought, oh, okay, my wife wants, okay, I will go to Krishna anyway. It's the best. What more can I ask than getting Krishna's darshan? And so he just goes happily, just is there in Dwarka with Krishna and just comes back without even speaking a word about the reason he went there. And just Krishna gave him whatever, gave him more opulence than. So it's like that Krishna will take care. Why are we so worried? Our focus has to be on our bhakti, because that is the only thing which can attract Krishna, Krishna Karshani. Bhakti can attract Krishna. That is the quality of pure devotion. So we have to remember. Yeah, all these things, whatever I'm saying, I'm telling to myself. So you should not, please don't think that I'm like some elevated soul. I'm just reading whatever I'm reading and I'm trying to apply, because these things are we see during the whole day. We just track towards material things.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Prabhu, you're saying we should not ask for the material benefits from Lord, but sometimes material discomforts actually leading not to progress towards spiritual path, towards Krishna.
Okay, so then if we have such a situation, then what we should do is we should leave the solution to Krishna. We should not give the problem and also the solution to the, like the last detail. We should not tell Krishna, saying, Krishna, see, this is my problem. And this, I think, is the solution, Krishna. And Krishna is laughing there, saying that you tiny brain, a tiny jiva, you are giving me solution. So if you have a problem, just leave it at Krishna's feet, Krishna's lotus feet. And what is the problem? The problem should be stated in such a way that it indicates your intent to make progress. So how should we put this problem? Krishna, I seem to be affected by this problem. Because of this, I am not able to progress in my bhakti. So please take away this obstacle. Whatever is the solution, that Krishna knows best. But our problem is we are so hooked onto the problem that we think that this is the only solution in this whole world. Then it is absorption. Then it is material absorption. It's not going to help in any way. Krishna is not going to bother also, because we are anyway so involved in that we are taking things in our hands. Instead of putting it in Krishna's hands, we have taken situation in our hands, thinking I am the Ishvara. I want to control this whole world. I want to control this situation. Krishna will be just laughing and waiting for us to give up, like Draupadi. She lifted both her hands and said, Krishna, I'm done. I'm not able to protect myself. You take care of it. So Krishna will wait till then.
Terrible.
Yeah. Okay, anything else? Anybody? Okay, we'll close here. Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bheva Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, pranam.